Good morning. I'm Kimberly Bishop, Associate State Director at AARP Michigan, and I thank you for spending some of your Saturday morning with us. Thanks for joining us for our May Rhythm Circle. I am always surprised by the location of our viewers. So please say hi in the comments and let us know where you're joining us from. These monthly rhythm sessions are a way to have fun with purpose. If you've joined us before, you've likely heard me talk about the connection between music, which is our fun, and brain health, which is our purpose. May happens to be Stroke Awareness Month. As we've explored the impact of music on brain health, it's important to note that according to the Global Council on Brain Health, music and dance can stimulate brain activity, manage stress, and help those living with dementia, stroke, and Parkinson's disease. We talked a bit about Parkinson's disease last month. As May is Stroke Awareness Month, I'd like to share what the American Heart Association refers to as FAST or fast warning signs of stroke. F is for face drooping. Does one side of the face droop or is it numb? A is for arm weakness. Is one arm weak or numb? Ask the person to raise both arms. Does one arm drift downward? S is for speech difficulty. If is their speech slurred? If the answer is yes, then it is T, time to call 911. One last thing. Did you know that men and women who have strokes often feel similar symptoms, such as face drooping, arm weakness, and speech difficulty? But there are other common signs for both men and women, which include problems seeing out of one or both eyes and balance or coordination problems. However, women can also experience general weakness, disorientation and confusion or memory problems, fatigue, nausea, or vomiting. Some some signs of stroke in women can be subtle enough to be missed or brushed off. This can lead to delays in getting time sensitive, life saving treatments. This was the case for my mother. So, as we celebrated Mother's Day a few weeks ago, I really wanted to share this important information for all of the mothers and all the women and for those who love them. So, we are here each month sharing different ways that music can impact brain health and then providing an opportunity to exercise your brain with music. We're going to share some links in the comments, and I'd really like you to take a look at them. You'll see a very cool video about music helping stroke victims regain their voices by singing in a choir. So now I'd like to turn it over to Kevin Bujo Jones. I think of him as our resident percussionist. In fact, he is a professional percussionist, band leader, producer, and educator. He's a faculty member with MSU, Percussion and Jazz Studies, and serves on the board of directors for the West Michigan Jazz Society. Most recently, he was a musician in the national tour of Ain't Too Proud, the life and times of the Temptations when the tour stopped in his hometown of Grand Rapids last month. So once again, I'd like to welcome Kevin Bujo Jones and his lovely wife, Martine.
Thank you so much. Good morning, everybody. It's great to be here. Great to be alive. We're still, um, we always have our struggles, but we're still here. Um, I'm glad to be here with my wonderful wife, Martine. And she is, just a disclaimer, she's not a professional musician and she's not a professional percussionist. And she's acting as our sort of our, I guess what you call it, our student of the drum, right?
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. So, um, Today, we'd like to get started. And as you notice that I put on my Miles Davis t-shirt. Miles Davis was a jazz trumpeter whose birthday is May 26th. So I like to celebrate our um, our great American musicians and artists when it's time. I just happen to have this. Just was staring me in the face. So, but anyway, let's get started. So I know some of you do not have a drum, uh, a conga drum or a djembe drum, but as always, you can grab something from your kitchen or from around the house, like a container. Grab a container, and you can use this as a way to create some sound. And if you don't have one of those, you can just drum on the table. You may want to grab something like this. This is a popcorn, half full, and it makes an excellent shaker. Or if you might have some instruments lying around like a tambourine, you could still participate. Just tap out those rhythms, okay? So we're going to get started, of course. Like every month that we have our rhythm circle, Martine and I are playing djembes, but if you have a conga drum, like this one over here, that's fine too. But the main thing to know is that we are going to be using 3 basic sounds, and I will demonstrate them for you now. So you have first sound is a tone sound or open sound. And you get that by just kind of holding your hand flat and coming down right around the edge of the drum, close to the edge, with all your fingers extending into the drum. The next sound, and that's called an open sound or a tone sound. The next sound is called a bass sound, which is the deep sound, and you achieve that by using your palm and all your fingers towards the middle of the drum. Bass, 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 bass. Okay? Then the last sound is called a slap sound, which is a very high-pitched sound. And this is a more difficult sound to produce if you don't have a lot of experience. So what you want to do is to bring your hand down on the drum and almost letting your fingertips come down almost like a whip. So like that. Tone, slap, bass. Okay, so today we're gonna work on go back and work on a couple of rhythms that we did previously a couple of months back, and this rhythm is called Fanga, and it goes with a song called Fanga Alafia, which is sort of a mixed language song. Some of you may have heard it already. Fanga Alafia, Ashe, Ashe. But we'll get to that later. let's work on the rhythm first, okay? So is everybody ready? Great. Okay. So you want to take your drum, put it between your legs, and holding it sort of with your knees, and tilt it slightly forward, just slightly, just so the sound can come out if you have a drum. If you don't have a drum, then that point is kind of moot, right? So so we're going to play, the first note that we're going to play is a bass note, okay? So I want you to repeat after me, okay? Bass, bass. Very good, bass. That's the first note. So we're going to play bass, tone, tone, tone. Bass, tone, tone, tone. Bass, tone, tone, tone. Bass, tone, tone, tone. So I'm going to give you context. I'm going to play the pulse with my foot with a cowbell. So you're going to hear this. So I'll go slow. Repeat after me. Very good. All right. So now the second half of the rhythm is bass, bass, tone, tone. Try that. Bass, bass, tone, tone. 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 Very good. So the whole thing is going to sound like this. Bass, tone, tone, bass, bass, tone, tone. Okay? So repeat after me. Bass, tone, 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 bass, bass, tone, tone. 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 Together. Bass, tone, 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 bass, bass, tone, tone. Bass, tone, 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 bass, bass, tone, tone. Bass, tone, 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 bass, bass, tone, tone. That's it. Very good. Excellent job. Very nice. Don't you think she's wonderful? I think she's wonderful. She's doing a great job. She's not a professional. Isn't that amazing? So anyway, I have an amazing wife. So first of all, let's go back. At the end, you heard something. It sounded like this. That's called a signal. Sometimes you'll hear it. It'll sound like this. I'm gonna give you the little simpler version, though. We're gonna do for our purposes a little simpler. So we're going to teach you the signal. Usually for a lot of the rhythms that come out of the African diaspora, West Africa and Central Africa, you'll hear that signal. It's a signal, meaning it's a break or signal telling you to start or to stop or to change. And especially when we do choreography with dancers, you'll hear that. I thought it was something back there. So let's teach them the signal. So repeat after me. Very good. Good. Okay, so the first part is 1, 2, 3, 4. Try that. Very good. Tone, 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 tone. And the second half is tone, 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 tone. So the whole thing again. Tone, 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 tone. Go. Very good. So after we play the signal, usually we don't count off like 1, 2, 3, 4 and go into the rhythm. Usually you hear the signal and then we start. Okay? But for our purposes today, we'll play the signal. So we're just going to play the rhythm just a short while, and then we're going to move on to something else. Okay? So this time I'll count it in so we could start together because of we're doing virtual still, but we can, so everybody can join in together. So we'll play the signal together, play the rhythm, and then to stop, we'll play the signal again. Okay? So we're going to play the signal, then the Fanga rhythm, then play the signal again. Okay? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, signal. It's a tone. Good. Okay, now we're gonna play the signal again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very good. Huh?
You lost me.
How do I lose you?
When you started talking about signal.
You're like, okay, I'll do it now. That's okay. There's not a test. So if I wanted to show you what you should do if you don't have a drum, and you just have some kind, you might have a salt and pepper shaker or a little canister of breadcrumbs or some kind of rice in a canister or whatever. So I'm going to ask my wife Martine to play the funga rhythm, and I'll play this. You think you could do it?
I'll try.
Okay, try. Okay, so we're gonna play the signal. Yes. Very good, everybody. So just wanted to do that. Now, what we're going to do now is we're going to add to the funga rhythm. Oh, boy. Here we go. So just a little explanation. In African diaspora drumming that comes from the African diaspora and in other continents and places too, everybody doesn't play the same rhythm. When you talk about any of the rhythms that we've played here on the AARP Michigan Rhythm Circle. So very much like everybody has a responsibility. So in other words, we connect, these rhythms are connected in terms of how they're structured. So everybody plays a certain part. Somebody's part might be just like I'm playing here. Just that might be your part, right? Somebody else might have another part, you know? So, but it all connects together. And I think that also these rhythms are like a metaphor for life, how we're all connected at some point, at some kind of way. All people are connected through different relationships, through different, how we connect with each other. But we all some kind of way are part of a big puzzle, you know? So I'm gonna ask Martine to actually, let's show the rhythm, the alternative rhythm that goes with this rhythm. So we're gonna learn that. And it's pretty simple. It's a pretty simple rhythm. So we're gonna play bass. And then tone, tone. So we're gonna play bass. Bass. So So pretty simple. But what you're going to notice is that the bass is on the downbeat, is on the pulse, and all of the tones are on what we call the upbeat or the syncopated part of the beat. So when I say syncopate or syncopation, it means all of the beats that are in between, that are not on the pulse. They're in between the pulse, right? 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3. The bass note again is on the downbeat. And the tones are all on the upbeat. Okay, so you get the idea, right? So let's try it with which part you want to play? Which one is easier for you? Boom, beep, 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 boom, boom, beep, beep. That part, the first one, or the second one? What do you want to play? That one?
I'll try that.
Okay. So I'll play, excuse me, I'll play the first part that we learned. Bass, tone, 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 bass, bass, tone, tone, bass, tone, 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 bass, bass, tone, tone, right? And Martine is going to play the kick it, kick it, kick it, kick it, go, kick it. Okay, so let's start out with the second part, and then I'll switch. Okay. So I'll start you out.
All right.
And then we'll switch. So for all those out there that are participating with us, you can pick whichever part you want to pick, okay, to play. All right. And then we're going to add again. Okay. All right. So here we go. With the signal. Play the signal together. Okay. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, one more time. What? Because I sped it up a little bit?
With the grace notes.
Oh, well, it's Grace Notes. Graceland, Grace Notes. So here we go. So we're going to switch it up a little bit. And so I'm going to ask you to play the same rhythm on the dunes. Okay? So, generally speaking, this is also a sort of a lesson too, besides being a rhythm circle. These drums, called the djembe drum, has an accompaniment instrument, normally, called the dun, or the dun family, or dun family of drums, which is a drum that looks like this. It sounds like this. And this is actually where the melody comes from when you're playing djembe, or what they call djembe orchestra. So usually it's made up of a set of 3, and I really want to use these drums because I just got some of them fixed, heads replaced, and all of that good stuff. I'm going to ask my wife to play these, and normally they're not played with the hands. I mean, although you could, but they're usually played with sticks. So put this down over here. Oops, sorry. That's the lowest one is called a dun, and this one is called a sangban. They can be played either on the side, which is the traditional way, with a bell on top, or they can be played this way, which is called ballet style. Okay. So we're going to play the same. I'm going to ask her to play the same exact rhythm on the dunes. So just going to move my camera a little bit. Okay. So. Try that. Yeah. So let's give that a try, so you can really hear. You can really hear how it sounds, kind of with a more melodic sound. Okay. So we'll start slow, just to so you can have a, you know.
I don't have to throw the sticks in the air.
You could twirl them too if you want. Anyway, so all right, so let's start slow. Good. on your sticks. Yes, that's it. Okay. So this is supposed to be fun. Drumming is not. Drumming doesn't always have to be so serious that you lose the fun in it. So we're gonna do one small little rhythm, and I don't really have a name for it. I call it. It's anyway. Don't worry about the name. Kind of feels like a reggaeton beat or whatever. So this one is fairly easy.
Called boodles.
Boodles, yeah, the Boodles beat. Okay. Bass. So, and when you hit your drum, yeah, hit the. When I say bass, you hit the big drum, big drum, and then when I say tone, you hit the small. Okay. So this is bass, tone, bass, tone. Four beats. That's it. 4 notes. Okay. But it sounds like this: bass, tone, bass, tone. 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 Keep going. Bass, bass, bass. Oh, you keep going. Yeah, continue. Good. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So our time is narrowing down because it's only supposed to be 45 minutes. Once I get started, I know that I can go for a very, very, very long time. So there's a question: what can people use if they want to simulate drumsticks from the house? You can use chopsticks, some utensils, little dowels from the those wooden hangers. If you have some things of that nature. Pieces of wood. We will also be using drumsticks next month. Excuse me. So I will be stay on for a little while to answer some questions. The main thing is that the purpose of this is so that we can use our brains to remember rhythms. Once you get the rhythm inside of yourself, inside of your body, it takes on a whole different characteristic. It doesn't become analytical, but it becomes more a part of your being. The drumming is very important because you utilize your brain, but you're also creating these endorphins, the endorphins that are stimulated through rhythm and sound and music and dance. So the more that you can utilize your body in different ways, the better. It's sort of I look at drumming as being twofold. Drumming and music in general create ways to exercise your brain power, and it's specifically with drumming, it's important for you to keep in good physical shape, good physical health. I know that anytime I get ready to play music, if my body is feeling good, like and I go through my regimen in the morning, I feel better when I play. What I usually do, and I'm not a doctor or a trainer of some sort, but I try to get up in the morning and drink water first thing in the morning. I do some yoga and I do some cardio of some sort. I'll get on an elliptical or I'll do some, jumping jacks, some, really simple stuff. But it increases the blood flow to the brain. Of course, depending on your physical state, be careful. But drumming, dance, and if you're around in the house and you have some housework to do, like I have, turn on some music. Dance with the vacuum cleaner, man. Do whatever you can physically to create this sort of to utilize your body in ways that will help you remember. I know that just like drumming, dance also has patterns and things that you have to remember, and that exercises your brain as well as your body, and being physically developing some sort of cardio thing. So with that, I believe that our next monthly rhythm circle is going to take place on June 18th, I believe. I think it's the 18th. I think that's the third Saturday of the month. So anyway, I'm going to close now. We want you to stay healthy, have fun, get out, get fresh air, get outdoors while in the summer months, because when winter hits, well, at least in Michigan, when winter hits, you're basically inside the whole time.
It's a wrap.
But try to get out, enjoy the weather if you have some good weather, and drum, dance, sing, do whatever you can to keep your brain health together, your body together, and we'll see you next month. Okay, ciao. Thank you. Bye.